Focus on what you can control. Life is full of uncertainties. The world around you is unpredictable. Situations change, people react in unexpected ways, and events unfold beyond your control. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you're trying to manage everything at once. But here's the truth: you can't control everything, and you don't have to. What you can control is your response, your attitude, and your actions. When you focus on what's within your power, you regain clarity, reduce stress, and create meaningful change. Let's unpack why this shift is so important and how to make it a part of your daily life. Why we try to control the uncontrollable. As humans, we crave certainty. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, and it does this by constantly trying to predict and control outcomes. The problem? Much of life doesn't fit neatly into a predictable box. When you try to control the uncontrollable, like other people's opinions, past mistakes, or future outcomes, you expend energy on things you can't change. This creates anxiety, frustration, and a sense of powerlessness. The key to freedom: focus on your circle of control. Imagine two circles. The circle of concern includes everything you care about but can't directly control, like world events, other people's actions, or the weather. The circle of control includes things you can influence: your mindset, decisions, habits, and reactions. When you focus on your circle of concern, you waste energy on what's outside your power. But when you shift your energy to your circle of control, you feel empowered, effective, and grounded. Practical strategies to focus on what you can control. Start with your mindset. The first thing you can always control is how you think about a situation. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of dwelling on the problem, focus on potential solutions or steps forward. Reframing your perspective shifts your energy from victimhood to empowerment. Take ownership of your actions. While you can't control the outcome of every situation, you can control the effort you put in. Focus on doing your best in areas you influence: preparing for a meeting, having an honest conversation, or staying consistent with a healthy habit. By concentrating on the process rather than the result, you'll feel more grounded and less anxious. Let go of other people's opinions. One of the biggest energy drains is worrying about what others think. Here's the reality: you can't control other people's thoughts or reactions. Instead, focus on staying true to your values and intentions. Ask yourself, am I proud of how I'm showing up? That's what matters most. Break big problems into small, controllable steps. When faced with a daunting challenge, don't try to tackle it all at once. Break it into smaller pieces and focus on what you can do right now. Example: if you're stressed about finances, start by reviewing your budget, canceling unnecessary subscriptions, or scheduling a meeting with a financial advisor. Action in small, manageable areas builds momentum and reduces overwhelm. Practice acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging what you can't change so you can focus your energy elsewhere. Instead of resisting reality, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do to improve this situation? Acceptance frees you from the mental tug of war that comes with fighting the uncontrollable. Use a control inventory. When you're feeling overwhelmed, make a list of what's bothering you, then divide it into two categories. Things I can control. Things I can't control. Focus all your energy on the first category and release the rest. Even writing it down can help you let go of what's outside your power. The benefits of focusing on what you can control: reduces stress and anxiety, You stop worrying about things you can't influence, which lightens your mental load, increases effectiveness. By directing your energy toward actions within your power, you become more productive and solution-oriented, improves resilience. When you focus on what you can control, challenges feel more manageable, and you're better equipped to adapt to change. It strengthens confidence. Taking ownership of your choices and actions reinforces the belief that you have the power to shape your life. Real-life application of the serenity mindset. A practical mantra to adopt is the serenity prayer, even if you're not religious. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. This mindset helps you recognize when to act and when to let go, creating a balance between effort and acceptance. Closing thought. Focusing on what you can control is not just a strategy, it's a mindset that empowers you to live with intention and resilience. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself what's within my control right now, then take action on that. When you master this practice, you'll find that life feels less chaotic and more fulfilling, no matter what challenges come your way. You've got more power than you think. Use it wisely. Reframe your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself shapes the way you see the world and yourself. Your inner dialogue is like a narrator that constantly comments on your experiences, decisions, and abilities. Here's the catch: that narrator isn't always accurate. Often it leans toward negativity, self-doubt, and criticism. But the good news is you're not stuck with that voice. You can reframe your inner dialogue and turn it into a source of strength, encouragement, and resilience. Let's explore how to identify negative self-talk, reframe it, and transform your mind from your harshest critic to your biggest ally. Why your inner dialogue matters. Your brain believes what you tell it, even if it's not true. When your inner dialogue is negative, I'm not good enough, I always mess things up, I'll never succeed, affects your confidence, decisions, and outcomes. Negative self-talk keeps you stuck in fear, procrastination, and self-sabotage, but when you reframe your inner dialogue, you shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, you see them as opportunities to learn and grow. How to reframe your inner dialogue. Here are 6 practical steps to transform your self-talk. Catch yourself in the act. Awareness is the first step. Pay attention to the way you talk to yourself, especially during moments of stress, failure, or uncertainty. Example, you make a mistake at work and your inner voice says you're so incompetent. Instead of letting that thought slide, pause and notice it. Label it as negative self-talk. Challenge the thought. Question the validity of your negative inner dialogue. Ask, is this thought fact or opinion? Look for evidence to the contrary. For example, if you think, I always fail, remind yourself of times you've succeeded. Reframe with empowering language. Replace negative thoughts with positive or neutral alternatives. This isn't about blind optimism, it's about choosing thoughts that serve you better. A negative thought, I can't do this. Reframe thought, I'm learning how to do this and I'll improve with practice. Use I am statements wisely. I am statements are powerful because they define your identity. Be mindful of what follows those 2 words. Instead of I am so bad at this, say I am working on getting better. Instead of I am a failure, say I am resilient and learning from my mistakes. Turn criticism into curiosity. Shift your inner dialogue from judgment to curiosity. Instead of why am I so bad at this, ask what can I do differently next time. Curiosity opens the door to solutions and self-compassion while criticism shuts it. Practice daily affirmations. Affirmations are statements that reinforce positive beliefs about yourself. Use them to rewire your inner dialogue over time. I am capable and resourceful. I have the power to handle whatever comes my way. Every step I take is a step toward growth. Reframing common negative thoughts. Here's how to reframe some typical negative thoughts. Negative, I'll never be good at this. Reframe, everyone starts as a beginner, I'm improving every day. Negative, I always mess things up. Reframe, mistakes are part of learning, I'm getting better with each attempt. Negative, I'm not smart enough. Reframe, I can learn anything with effort and persistence. Negative, they're so much better than me. Reframe, their success inspires me to keep growing. Building the habit of positive self-talk. Reframing your inner dialogue isn't a one-time fix, it's a daily practice. Here's how to make it a habit. Start small. Focus on catching and reframing one negative thought each day. Over time, this will become second nature. Create visual reminders. Write down empowering phrases or affirmations and place them where you'll see them on your mirror, desk, or phone background. Celebrate progress. Each time you notice and reframe a negative thought, acknowledge the effort. Celebrate the fact that you're taking control of your mind. Seek feedback. Share your reframing practice with a trusted friend or mentor. Sometimes an outside perspective can help you spot and reframe limiting beliefs. The benefits of reframing your inner dialogue: boosts confidence. Positive self-talk helps you believe in your abilities and take on challenges with courage. Improves resilience. Reframing negative thoughts equips you to bounce back from setbacks with a growth mindset. Enhances emotional well-being. Encouraging inner dialogue reduces stress and increases feelings of self-worth and optimism. Strengthens decision-making. When you trust yourself, you make choices with clarity and confidence. Build daily mental discipline. Your mind, like your body, thrives on discipline and consistency. Mental discipline isn't about suppressing thoughts or forcing yourself to feel a certain way. Instead, it's about training your mind to stay focused, resilient, and intentional, even in the face of challenges. Building daily mental discipline equips you to tackle obstacles, manage emotions, and make choices that align with your goals. It's not a one-time effort, but a practice that grows stronger over time. Let's dive into how to cultivate this skill and make it a part of your everyday life. What is mental discipline? Mental discipline is the ability to direct your thoughts, emotions, and actions toward your desired outcomes. It's about taking control of your mental habits rather than letting them control you. When you're mentally disciplined, you can resist distractions, persevere through discomfort, focus on long-term rewards over short-term gratification, bounce back quickly from setbacks. It's the foundation of success in every area of life, from work to relationships to personal growth. Why daily discipline matters. Your mind is influenced by what you do repeatedly. Just as regular physical exercise strengthens your body, consistent mental discipline strengthens your focus, resilience, and emotional stability. Without daily discipline, your mind can become scattered, reactive, and prone to self-doubt. But with regular practice, you can train it to stay steady and intentional no matter the circumstances. How to build daily mental discipline. Here are 6 practical strategies to strengthen your mental discipline every day. Start your day with intention. How you begin your day sets the tone for your mindset. Instead of diving straight into your phone or emails, take a few minutes to ground yourself. Practice gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for. Set a focus for the day. Choose one key goal or mindset to prioritize. Use affirmations. Repeat positive statements like, I am capable of handling anything that comes my way today. Master the art of single tasking. Multitasking scatters your focus and reduces productivity. Discipline your mind to focus on one task at a time. Take control of your mind. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the single most powerful tool in your life, the one that shapes your choices, your emotions, and ultimately your future, your mind. Let me ask you, have you ever caught yourself spiraling in self-doubt or overthinking a decision? It's like being stuck in a loop where your thoughts are running the show and you're just a passenger. But here's the truth, you're not powerless. You have the ability to hit pause, take the wheel, and redirect the course of your thoughts. This isn't about wishful thinking, it's about real strategies that help you create a mental shift so you can take back control of your life. Are you ready to learn how? Understand the power of awareness? When you notice a negative thought, pause and ask, is this thought based on fact or fear? Is this perspective serving me right now? These questions shift you from being a passive participant in your mental loop to an active observer. Name the thought or emotion. Neuroscience shows that simply naming what you're feeling, like I'm anxious or I'm frustrated, reduces its intensity. It creates a psychological distance between you and the emotion, giving you the power to decide how to respond. Journal regularly. Writing down your thoughts is like taking a flashlight to the darkest corners of your mind. It helps you identify patterns and uncover hidden beliefs that may be influencing your decisions. The transformative power of awareness. Here's the incredible thing. Once you're aware of a thought, it loses its grip on you. Awareness creates space, space to breathe, space to choose, and space to redirect your energy. It's not about banishing negative thoughts forever. It's about recognizing them for what they are: temporary mental events, not absolute truths. When you master awareness, you gain the ability to stop being a passenger in your life and start being the driver. Awareness is the first and most important step to taking control of your mind. It's your wake-up call, your pause button, your power move, all rolled into one. Break the habit of overthinking. Overthinking is something we've all fallen victim to. You replay conversations in your mind, analyze every decision, and worry about outcomes you can't control. It's exhausting, isn't it? But here's the truth, overthinking is a habit, not a personality trait. It's something you've practiced so much that it feels automatic. The good news is, like any habit, you can unlearn it. Let's dive into why we overthink and, more importantly, how to break free. Why do we overthink? Overthinking happens for a few key reasons. Fear of failure or rejection. You worry about making the wrong choice or how others might judge you. Desire for certainty. Your brain craves a perfect, predictable outcome, so it endlessly weighs options in the hope of finding the right answer. Analysis paralysis. Too much information or too many choices overwhelm your decision-making process, keeping you stuck in place. The irony? Overthinking doesn't solve problems, it magnifies them. Instead of moving forward, you stay trapped in a loop of doubt, stress, and indecision. The consequences of overthinking. Overthinking drains your energy and steals your time. It's like being stuck in a rocking chair. There's a lot of movement, but you're not going anywhere. It also negatively impacts your confidence. The more you question yourself, the less you trust your ability to make decisions. And over time, this habit can lead to anxiety, procrastination, and even burnout. How to break free from overthinking. Adopt the action over perfection mindset. One of the biggest triggers of overthinking is the need to get things just right. The truth is, there's rarely a perfect decision. Instead of waiting for certainty, focus on taking one small, imperfect action. Example, if you're unsure about sending an email, set a 10-minute timer, write it, review it, and hit send before the timer ends. Action creates clarity and builds confidence. Set boundaries for thinking time. Give yourself a set amount of time to think through a problem, say 10 minutes. After that, commit to making a decision or taking the next step. This prevents you from spiraling into endless analysis. Pro tip, use a notebook to jot down your thoughts during this time. Getting ideas out of your head and onto paper helps you gain perspective. Interrupt the thought loop. When you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, interrupt the cycle. Stand up and stretch. Count backward from 5 to 1 and then move. Change your physical environment, like stepping outside or walking into another room. These small shifts snap you out of the mental fog and create a moment of clarity. Ask empowering questions. Overthinking is fueled by what if questions. What if I fail? What if I regret this decision? Flip the script by asking, what's the worst that could happen? You'll often realize it's not as bad as you feared. What's the best that could happen? This helps you focus on possibilities rather than problems. What one small step can I take right now? This redirects your energy toward action. Limit information intake. In today's world, we're bombarded with information. Too much data can overwhelm your brain and make decisions harder. Practice filtering what you consume. Focus only on the information that directly supports your next step. Learn to let go of control. One harsh truth about overthinking is that it's often tied to control, but life is unpredictable and trying to anticipate every possible outcome only adds stress. Accept that uncertainty is part of the journey and trust yourself to handle challenges as they come. Practice self-compassion. Overthinking often stems from fear of making mistakes. Remind yourself it's okay to get it wrong. Mistakes are part of learning and growth. Treat yourself with kindness and give yourself permission to move forward, even if the path isn't perfect. Building new mental habits. Breaking the overthinking habit isn't about flipping a switch, it's about consistently practicing new patterns of thought. Here are some long-term strategies. Gratitude practice, shift your focus to what's going well. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Meditation, regular mindfulness practice trains your brain to focus on the present moment instead of spiraling into what-ifs. Daily decisions exercise, make quick, low-stakes decisions each day, like choosing what to wear or what to eat. This builds your confidence in decision-making and reduces overthinking over time. The freedom of letting go. When you stop overthinking, you free up mental space for creativity, confidence, and action. You start living in the present instead of being trapped in endless analysis of the past or future. Remember, the antidote to overthinking is action. Even the smallest step forward breaks the cycle. Trust yourself, take the leap, and embrace the clarity that comes with movement. You've got this. Use interruptive techniques to reset. Have you ever found yourself spiraling in negative thoughts, anxiety, or overwhelm, unable to break free? It's like being caught in a mental loop where the same worries or fears play on repeat. Here's the good news: you don't have to stay stuck. Interruptive techniques are simple, practical tools you can use to reset your mind and regain control in the moment. Think of them as hitting the pause button on a chaotic mental playlist. Let's explore how interruptive techniques work, why they're effective, and how to use them in your daily life. Why interruptive techniques work. Your brain loves patterns. When you're caught in a spiral of negative thinking, your brain is essentially following a well-worn mental path. The more you travel that path, the stronger it becomes. Interruptive techniques work by disrupting that pattern, giving you a moment of clarity to choose a new direction. Imagine a snowball rolling downhill. It picks up speed and size as it goes. An interruptive technique is like sticking a rock in its path. The snowball stops and you get to decide whether to let it keep rolling or create a new one. How to use interruptive techniques. Here are 5 powerful ways to reset your mind and regain focus. The 5-second rule. When you notice yourself overthinking or hesitating, count backward from 5 to 1. This countdown interrupts your mental pattern and creates a brief window for action. Example, if you're procrastinating on a task, count down -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take the first small step, like opening your laptop or writing one sentence. Change your physical state. Your mind and body are deeply connected. Changing your physical state can jolt your brain out of its current loop. Stand up and stretch. Splash cold water on your face. Take a brisk walk or do a quick set of jumping jacks. Movement creates a physiological shift that helps break the cycle of negative thinking. Breathe intentionally. Overwhelm often causes shallow, rapid breathing, which signals stress to your brain. By slowing and deepening your breath, you can calm your nervous system and reset your focus. Try this: inhale deeply for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat the cycle 3 to 5 times to feel more centered. Name the thought or emotion. When you're stuck in a mental loop, take a moment to name what you're feeling or thinking. Neuroscience shows that labeling emotions reduces their intensity and helps you gain perspective. Example, I'm feeling anxious because I don't know what to expect. Naming the emotion creates distance, making it easier to shift your focus. Engage your senses. Grounding yourself in the present moment can quickly interrupt overthinking or stress. Use your senses to bring your attention back to what's happening right now. Look around and name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. This simple exercise redirects your brain's attention away from internal noise to external reality. When to use interruptive techniques. Interruptive techniques are most effective in these situations. When you're spiraling in negative thoughts, use a technique to pause and reset before those thoughts escalate. When you're procrastinating, a quick reset can help you shift from hesitation to action. When you're overwhelmed or stressed, reset your mind to regain clarity and focus. When you're stuck in decision-making, interrupt the cycle of overthinking to gain perspective and move forward. Practice makes progress. The more you use interruptive techniques, the more natural they become. Think of them as mental habits you're building. At first, you might need to consciously remind yourself to use them. Over time, they'll become second nature. The power of the reset. Interruptive techniques are not about avoiding problems. They're about regaining control in the moment so you can address challenges more effectively. Every time you use a reset technique, you're reinforcing your ability to take charge of your mind rather than letting it run the show. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You're the one observing them. And with the right tools, you can break the loop, reset your focus, and move forward with confidence. Try these techniques today. You'll be amazed at how quickly a simple reset can shift your mindset.